I got a question.
Yes.
Since we just had that horrible, horrible Super Bowl, um, nobody cares about the Super Bowl, but we really care about here in St. Louis is the halftime show.
For
So did
sure.
you enjoy the halftime show?
Yes.
And since you did enjoy it, what was your favorite halftime show of any Super Bowl we ever had? And we've had like what 69,
Exactly. Um,
54.
I have to say, Coldplay with Beyonce and Bruno Mars. I feel like that was the most entertaining, like as far as showmanship, there was dancing and, they had like a dance battle and everything. Although I don't like Beyonce at all, but I do like her song Formation. And that's when she basically like, you know, uh, did a preview of her song Formation and, just showed the world that she was black, because apparently everybody was shocked when that song came out because they're like, oh my God, this is like hip hop. We're confused. What's going on? So yeah. But I don't like Beyonce by any means, but it was an entertaining show. That was the most entertaining.
Well, this is the one time that me and you agree on something because I never liked Beyonce from the Mace video, Happily Ever After. I was done with her from there. So when, she was like with Destiny's Child, every time Destiny's Child came on, I flipped to some rock music. And thank you, Beyonce, because I actually know what easy listening rock is because of you. But that's not the point of this podcast. I would have to say that my favorite halftime performance would have to been Tittygate because not because of the Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson. It's just it wasn't that bad. It was actually a good show.
It was.
Um, I have a lot of respect for Justin Timberlake. I kind of do. But everything was going great until he sexually assaulted her on the on the stage, and then somehow Janet got blamed for it. But that's neither. But I can't think of any other performance that stands out. Can you? Besides those two?
So I have to give J Lo and Shakira credit because that was a good show. They represented Latin music like it should be. Although, of course, the internet did blow up the day after because, it's inappropriate. And I'm like, you know what? If I could still shake it like J Lo at 50, I'd be doing pretty good. Just saying.
As much as I do not like Beyonce, that's how I do like J. Ever since In Living Color, J Lo. Look, I saw on Saturday Night Live, and I had to wait for my wife to go to sleep to watch some of those episodes, if you know what I mean. But that's neither here nor there. But J Lo, she does give you 100%. She may not can carry a tune because
No,
she sings, but she gives you 100%, and she actually knows how to dance because guess what, everybody? She was a fly girl.
for sure.
So,
Right.
and Shakira did give a good performance on that. I can't say I'm a fan, but they did add a lot of spice, a lot of good spice to
It
that
was
half.
spicy. Yes.
Yes, my tongue was sizzling all night. I had to get up off the floor, but it was sizzling all night.
So that one, I feel like that was the most fun because I wanted like, to get up and dance and groove and everything. So that was like the most fun.
So I couldn't get up and dance. I just was like, you remember the Joker clap in Batman Returns? It was just that's how I was. So,
Uh, Now, the most strangest one I would say was when, like in the early Super Bowl days, when they had Up With People doing the Super Bowl halftime shows. That was weird to me. And even before I knew anything about Up With People, I'm like, this feels a little cultish to me. Like they all singing and wearing like the same colors, like color scheme and everything. And it was very unsettling for
it was
me to
very
watch.
Utah-like because if the NFL wanted people to turn the TV off during the halftime, they picked the right people to have them do it because Look, even bars was turning the Super Bowl off and was setting their watch for 15 minutes later so they could turn the game back on. That was, I think that was one of those things like, let's see and let's do something wholesome for the Quakers or the or some of the people that don't like rock music or they think you're going to go to hell if you actually tap your feet and move your shoulders with some
But they were
music.
actually singing like modern songs, like they were covering other songs. So I don't understand like what difference it would have made. Like, I,
That was the equivalent of potato salad with no seasoning in it. Okay, they can sing all the modern songs they want, but it was trash. I mean, it didn't taste right. Not everybody can make tuna fish. You know that.
and I didn't know because when I was like looking at all of the other old, Super Bowl halftime show videos, I didn't know like how many Super Bowl halftime shows were actually sponsored by Disney. Like they had the Disney characters out there perform. You had Mickey Mouse and Goofy and and what was it? The Musketeers were out or Mouseketeers were out there too singing. Um,
Again, that's the best way to get the Super Bowl turned off.
but I'm like, okay, look, so I'm not necessarily mad about Disney doing the halftime show because, Disney will always go up, up and beyond with whatever they do as far as production wise. So production was amazing, but it was a little busy. Like there was just stuff, people everywhere and all the colors, and then you got people dressed up like Disney princesses, and then you got Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and everybody else.
So
That
basically, you're saying there was a lot of seizures happening around the stadium.
it
They
was
thinking they're doing a dance, but they're really like going into a full embolism.
And did you see the when they had Charlie Brown
Yes,
with okay, that was also a little unsettling when they brought out the steamboat.
yes.
I because
I don't.
I have PTSD whenever I see one of those just because, of what we've experienced as black people with those in relation to that. So I yeah, I was a little confused, just a little
Now,
bit.
set your mind at ease. I don't think any slave came in on a steamboat because they had to be the ones to roll themselves back into the North Continent. But I get what you're saying. They just kind of sent out a place to have a big, massive boat in the middle of a stadium where 60 to 70% black people were participating in a football game.
I mean,
So,
it was in Louisiana, right? When they had that one. So I think they were trying to pay homage to the Louisiana culture as far as, having the showboat out there and everything. But I'm just like, I think it was the Delta Queen that they had did a like a restoration of or whatever. But I'm just like, I don't like the way this feels right now. They did have a gospel choir, so that was cool, but it was still different. It was,
wasn't that steamboat supposed to represent a street car named Desire or something like that?
I don't
Wasn't
know.
that based out of Louisiana?
I have no idea.
Okay, me
I
neither. So
don't care at this point. It was just weird. I don't know. I
she says she don't care about their explanation. Is you don't do that. You hear me? You
um
probably didn't watch the rest of the Super Bowl after that. You just
I
was sitting there holding yourself like it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
I think, oh, and another one that was weird, even though and just too much was the one that Patti LaBelle did with
Oh, I forgot about Miss
with
LaBelle
with the
with the white hair.
yeah, and with what's his name now? I can't think. Indiana Jones, because they were promoting the current latest Indiana Jones movie. So that was like really busy and just a lot of stuff going on. And then Patti LaBelle, for some reason, they didn't allow her to like sing live, so she had to lip sync, and then her lip syncing was off because, you know, she had to dance and lip sync and do everything else. So that was
Cook in the back for the audience. Yeah.
right. So yeah, that one was kind of weird too. I didn't
Like
understand that.
as an actor, but I'm not really a fan of her. There's a couple of songs that I'll listen to by Patti LaBelle, but for the most part, I like her better as an actor.
I don't like her screaming. She doesn't?
Exactly.
Yeah, she screams. Um, Now I will say Madonna's performance at the Super Bowl, like as far as production wise, that was fabulous.
Yes,
That
Madonna has always been known to give you every effort that she has, and I have never heard of anybody going to a Madonna production concert extravaganza and ever saying that was a bad concert.
right.
Uh, I know me and you was talking in the back in the green room, and we was discussing about this very topic. And in 1997, I know that's a long time ago, but they were saying the top two performers that they voted around the globe, and they said the top two performers that don't ever shortchange you is Madonna number one and Michael Jackson number two.
For
And
sure.
just knowing their reputation, they go all in, they go all out. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they'll die on the stage if they have to give
Dang.
you a good performance. And we already know that Michael used to pass out, at his concerts.
Mm-hmm.
They'll drag him off stage and put some spritz in his hair and give him some water and throw him back out there so he can sing Billie Jean and set the crowd on fire.
So, okay. So, wrapping up, we do have to talk about this year's Super Bowl halftime show.
Okay.
So, I liked it because it reminded me of, the music that I used to grow up in, back in the day. So,
It
and,
did, it did have a late uh, 90s, early 2000s nostalgia to it.
for sure. Yeah. So I appreciate that. And it's like, what better way to represent LA than with crip walking and crumping? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm not a Snoop fan, but I was happy to see Dr. Dre after getting fleeced by his ex-wife and the aneurysm that he had or stroke that he had like early last year. It was
Mm.
good to see him perform, and it looked like he was healthy. It looked like he didn't miss a beat. But I did have some flashbacks of driving in my car and those songs come on and you look to your left, you look to your right and turn it up a little bit louder. So, I'm not gonna say that I was happy with the Eminem performance because I think he was holding back a lot. I think he was trying to make more of a political statement than spit some of that hot fire that we knew he was capable of spitting, but that's neither here. But
Hmm.
I give it a B plus.
Okay, that's fair. I'll take it. Who would you want to see at the halftime show next year?
Me and you. I ain't gonna crib walk.
Let's yeah, let's go talk to the NFL commissioner, I guess. Is that who we need to talk to?
If Goodell is still in have a job after all these things that's been happening lately.
For sure.
So
If
we'll
you
put
want
our
to If you want to see more content from Chris and that black guy, be sure to like and subscribe our videos on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.